The only crime defined in the body of the Constitution is the Treason Clause, and it's really interesting that they include the Treason Clause. On the one hand, it reflects the fact that they are going to make a conscious break with common law, with the tradition under English law, where treason is very different because the monarch is sovereign, and in America the people are sovereign. It also raises a fascinating counterexample to people who think that the Second Amendment is somehow intended to give people a right to take up arms against the government, because if that were true, if that reading is true, which you sometimes hear today, then it repeals the Treason Clause, because the only crime in the Constitution that is expressly defined is treason, which involves actually taking up arms against the government. It's also interesting that in the Treason Clause, they very clearly require you to have two witnesses. They're really concerned that that you can't just bring someone in and charge them with treason on a single person's testimony. And they're also concerned that they have to be identifying the same overt act. So you can't cobble together a treason clause with, well, he saw you do this and somebody else saw you do something else, and that's treason. Those are all pretty strong safeguards against the Treason Clause being used as a tool of federal tyranny, which again is a real tribute to the way the founders shaped this Constitution as one that would be powerful enough to allow you to do what you had to do, but cognizant of the dangers of too much power being too tempting. And one of the most interesting examples of that is Thomas Jefferson, who we associate as this great apostle of liberty. He is the person who tries to use the Treason Clause in precisely the way the founders didn't intend it. He wants to really use the Treason Clause both in the Burr case and during cases of people flouting his embargo, to use treason to prosecute people who are committing crimes against the federal government. And there's a difference between prosecuting someone for committing a federal crime and prosecuting them for treason, because treason really is the ultimate crime under the Constitution. So the fact that we make it hard to prosecute people for treason is a really impressive thing about the founders' commitment to liberty.